What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and I'm back with another rap frame. All right, so I have a couple of updates, a couple of things I want to run by you guys, and the main subject I want to talk to you guys about is Triple G. Now, some people have not been talking about this. The whole thing where Deontay Wilder and Fury are having a complete meltdown over who won, and they're going Good Morning America and all that kind of stuff. That's important too, but obviously the results of that is gone. They're already done with. So I want to focus on some more things that are enlightening for the next couple months. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been sharing this on my Instagram. You probably have read it by now, but Triple G has had a meeting with Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn, or a representative of Dazn, which happened on Saturday. If you weren't paying attention, then I'll let you know right now. One of the key components to this meeting happening is that Tom Loeffner was not available. I don't know if that means that he wasn't, uh, like he didn't go because he didn't want to go, or Triple G didn't want him to go, or he couldn't make it, or what. But the key component is Tom Loeffner was not there. So there's two things: either Tom Loeffner will continue to be his advisor, or will continue to be his advisor and promoter, or some kind of role will change where Tom Loeffler will be in his corner to make sure that he doesn't get ripped off, or he continues to promote him, which is two different jobs. Um, but him not being there is a key component because it shows that he has some independence and he can sign papers, or listen to quotes, or even negotiate. Um, so I think promoters like that, or advisors like that, or whatever we might want to call these guys. Obviously, Al Heyman with his group, the Al Heyman promotion or Mayweather promotions or whatever it is, they're interested in Triple G. They wouldn't have set up the meeting. I mean, it looks like it was a 50-50 thing. So they both uh, set up the meeting. They met together and they came up with something. So I think what's happening is that Triple G is looking for the next big thing, all while he can guarantee himself another big thing. So it's not about him signing a big contract and then he fights like he's been fighting for the past five. Well, I shouldn't say the past 5 years, because the past 5 years he's been having some pretty good fights. But I should say maybe before the past 5 years, you know, him getting those mandatories and whatnot are out the window because he has no titles, so he's not locked into anything. Canelo signing with Dazn, uh, it's a little bit more work. Obviously, if it's picked correctly, it's not going to be that hard, but it's still hard. He still has to fight. He still has to defend those titles, and he still has to, you know, move up and fight more consistently. He has 10 fights or 11 fights to go after, and they're guaranteed he has to finish that. Obviously, if he gets injured, that's a different ball game. But we're not talking about fine print here. We're talking about the reality of these contracts. So, Triple G has it a little bit easier where he can do a 3-fight deal, or 6-fight deal, or 5-fight deal, something like that. You know, uh, with Tom Loeffler, he has a fight to fight deal. So it's from one fight to another. You know, he's already signed the contract, but when it comes to his next fight, or his next fight after that, he might not be under any contracts. That's probably why he's talking. You know, some of this is coming from Mike Cullinger. I've gave him some credit on my Instagram. I'm giving him credit here because that's how I learned this. Another thing is that Triple G probably had the fight deal with Tom Loeffler with those rematches with Canelo. So he's probably saying, "Look, my hands are clean. Um, I've given you a lot of money. We've gone to the UK, fought Kell Brook. We fought Jacobs at MSG. We fought Curtis Stevenson at MSG. We did a bunch of things. The band needs to be either repaired, remixed, or redone." And I think that's where he's going towards. He's checking out the scenery, he's looking at the landscape, and he's seeing where the money's going. Obviously, you guys know. If you don't know, I'll let you know. A lot of times, when it comes to Al Heyman and whatnot, they get their money at the beginning of the year, and they get a big, big bag. That's why Pacquiao signed on right now, because that money is going to start around January, which is when the fight starts. I don't know if he's cool with Pacquiao, but he's the only guy that I could see him uh, finding relation with. Like, he's the only one that he could say, "Well, you're like me." You know what I'm saying? Because Pacquiao's an outsider. Pacquiao has a lot of achievements and whatnot. So my thing is that it's either he's being smart and he's checking out everything without talking to other boxers, or he's heard from other boxers like Pacquiao and said, "Yo, they got serious money over there. Um, they did good last year. Their views are good. You should consider going over there. You should consider trying to head over there." You know, in one of my lives not too long ago on Facebook, I was told that there is a title that is at the middleweight division, and someone that's under Al Heyman or PBC will be willing to fight Triple G. I mean, I'm not saying he's willing to fight him, but he has a title there, and he probably could be first dibs for that title, or he might be waiting on Hurd that has a title at 154, or he might be thinking about Charlo, that has a WBC title. He might be thinking like how Mikey Garcia thinks about Errol Spence. I don't know if that's an easy fight for Mikey Garcia, but the point is that Mikey Garcia sees some kind of weakness, and he's thinking, all right, I could bust this dude's ass and take his belt. Same thing with Triple G. He could probably see something that we don't see, and he's saying, yo, I could bust this dude's ass, and I'll get the clout. I'll get the the people behind me. All right. So that might be what Triple G is looking for. But let's be serious. We all know that Triple G is a serious boxer, and he takes boxing very serious. He takes it like a professional. He doesn't like to play around. I think he's going after that Mayweather fight. Obviously, we all know Mayweather is looking for another fight, another big bag. If you guys haven't checked, there's posts online. You know, some people, they don't want to look for what Mayweather's doing at the moment, but I happen to see it sometimes, and he's been training. I don't know how consistent, but he's been training, and that's pretty important to know. So obviously, some of you guys, I know you're hardcore boxing fans. You don't want to get hyped up on Mayweather. Who cares about that kind of stuff, right? Because that's not going to move the sport. But Triple G is a hardcore representative as well, and that's why I lead to this type of news, because I think where Triple G is trying to do is he's trying to one up Canelo in some way or fashion, or meet him at the end of the road, or find a way to one up him, like I just said. Um, Him one upping him by fighting Mayweather and beating him would be the ultimate slap in the face. Uh, I don't know if he can beat Mayweather with all his uh, stipulations and whatnot, but it'll make it harder for Mayweather because, like I said, uh, he has stipulations, but he also has Pacquiao uh, in the same realm. So then that makes it difficult. People are going to be asking, "Oh, you're going to fight Pacquiao? You're going to fight Triple G?" That's a lot to consider right there. if you're a fighter and you're at the magnitude of Mayweather. That makes him a commodity. Now, at one point I thought that when Mayweather was retiring, I thought that he was gonna be this kind of guy where he's gonna be doing all these things where he's moving pieces to keep his promotion afloat. But he doesn't know anything but boxing. Now I'm not checking his bank account, but obviously he keeps coming back to it. He keeps um, going overseas where he had this thing where he was gonna fight this kickboxer, and then he was gonna promote that, and then there was talks of the MMA, and then he even stepped into a ring, a MMA ring. He's playing around with the media, which adds to revenue. I don't know if you guys know this, but with ads, you putting on a pair of shorts with a logo on it, or you putting your name so it's clickbait, whether it's negative or positive, it creates dollars. So, like I said, it's only so long that he can continue to put these kind of news out and him not come with that announcement, because we can't count the kickboxer as an announcement anymore. We have to say, oh, okay, well, that was just him saying, yo, I want to fight again. Okay, so Triple G, will he fight Mayweather? We still don't know. Another thing that could happen is he might want to say, "Yo, I like Showtime. I want to put some work in over there." And maybe it can happen with that again with Charlo and stuff like that. Maybe he likes that scenery. Maybe he likes that pay-per-view money. He wants to mess with it. He wants to be around it. Um, can they do cross promotions? I don't know. I don't think it's been done yet. Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman, still nothing. Bob Arum has with Al Heyman, and I don't know if Eddie Hearn has with Bob Arum when it comes to the new Dazen deal. So, um, here's the third approach. Here's the wild card. My man Jay Cotto, he was on a live with me on Instagram, and he said Triple G should sign with Bob Arum. Why? Because he will force any deal, and he'll put up the money. He'll find the money. It won't matter. Um, but he would want that because, and Bob Arum would want that deal because uh, he could find him some fighters and whatnot, you know. But at the end of the day, he'll be more prepared to do the crossover, and that's what it comes down to: is the crossover, getting him that Canelo fight. Now, some people don't want that Canelo fight. I think with Al Heyman, his best bet is that he can cross promote a fight with Jacobs, him and Jacobs fighting against with the Dazen deal, because Eddie Hearn is promoting Jacobs. So Al Heyman, bringing Triple G, that'll be a big fight at Showtime, and that'll be create a lot of dollars. Pay per view, that'll be big money. You know what I'm saying? It won't be Canelo, but it'll be going towards the first one and trying to break those numbers for a real fight. You know, I think that will be an awesome rematch. And he can just kind of like be like, "Yo, now I'm the real champ," or they could do something with Billy Joe Saunders, or see what happens. See what happens. But the money has to be put up by somebody that has it, and obviously, all three of those guys have the clout. They have enough attention over there. If they can, do anything, bring up people's names. Mayweather comes in and says, "Yo, I'll fight him next," even if he doesn't do it. It's him creating attention. So, um, we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen yet, folks. But I'm just reporting this. I have some new equipment. I don't know if you see it. If you don't, it's cool. But that means that I'm gonna be putting out more videos, and I'll be quicker. So, if you like my videos, please subscribe. Uh, Also, like, comment, please. I have more stuff coming, And until next time, folks, let's try to keep boxing alive. Peace out.